How bad can I be? I'm just removing the economy. How bad can I be? I'm just sleeping with electricity. How bad? I don't know the song. Hey, what's up? I'm Brian here, doing another video. And today, we're going to be talking about SDCC, but in a different way because I'm doing it in a live stream. You may have noticed I've been doing kind of different things with recent news videos, and that's because I'm just trying to see what sticks and what doesn't. And hopefully you guys can hear me perfectly fine because I was having microphone troubles earlier. Hello, Alice Devil. You are in the chat. So I do have my juice, but why just drink it out of a bottle when I can drink it out of my signature Canadian Reviewer cup? There we go. You know what? I gotta say, when drinking it out of a cup, it tastes the same. Hello, Pepsi Prime the Leader. Hello, Daryl J. That's my dad. Hello, Spring AG. Garfield Leviosa. Demon Arnold, also saying hi. We hear you fine? Sweet. I was hoping for that. So we are going to be talking about SDCC stuff, I'll give it a minute. But I also wanted to mention that I will be doing reviews next month related to core class. So it's going to be a kind of a core class theme going on. So anyone interested in that, well, there you go. So, yeah. I just wanted to bring that up just while I have your attention. Just while I'm trying to wait for people to come in. If you're wondering why I'm doing this so late, it's because it was my sister's birthday today. So I couldn't do this right away. But now I'm doing it. And I also wanted to see if they were going to post more photos of some of the Transformers stuff. So they didn't post more photos of the Generation stuff. But that's totally fine. And, yeah. If you're wondering why I'm drinking, it's, well, it's not Gatorade Zero. It's actually Kool-Aid, but they have a no-sugar squirt. It's a water enhancer thing, and you just put it in, and, yeah, the water's better, so. Happy birthday to your sister, man. Thank you. Core class with some class, yes. I've actually read all the scripts for the reviews, so now I just need to edit the scripts, or edit the lines together, then put the images and videos next to it, and yeah, that should be it. So you can actually get this cup, the Canadian Reviewer cup, and as well as my logo cup online. You could also get it on a shirt if you want. You don't have to. It's just there. Happy birthday, Daja. Hello, Pesto. Most of the new core stuff never interested me. Yeah, I kind of get it, but as someone who really enjoyed the Scout class and Legends class stuff, I don't know, I really like that kind of thing. I mean, with the Scout classes, they were always $10, but you could get them on sale for $5 back in the day. So, you know, you could get so many of them at a time, and I fell in love with them. And also, when I started getting into Transformers, my first figures were 2 Scout class figures. So, alright, so we got 29 viewers, which is good. Hey, Justin. 29 viewers. Maybe we should get the party started and talk about some actual Transformers stuff. I did bring out some Transformers that are relevant. You can't really see them because the screen is too blurry at that point. Also, I did get the Fan First 3-pack. Like, I didn't just get it, I just brought it out. And I also brought in an extra figure. It's that Deadlift one where I put in the stickers. I was wondering why they chose green for a secondary color on the Deadlift. I thought it was cool. It looked nice with the purple, but I'm thinking, man, that's kind of a random color. Why not yellow or, I don't know, light purple? But, okay, purple and green. I just figured out Triptychon's purple and green. So. Alright. Can I see my boy Freezer, please? Yes! There he is, the creepy little dude. You could actually spot him from there. I do like Freezer in the robot mode. Any other mode? Yeah. Also, here's the front box. I should probably put that down here just for now so that we can get a somewhat better look at the figures that I'll be using for comparisons. Let's see. Man, I like this RC. I didn't think they would get another use for RC, but here we are. Alright. Let's get it started, shall we? Is the Fire Brothers here? Hi, Fire Brothers! You did a video on that Rampage thing. I also did a video on the Rampage thing. We both did videos. Alright. The new repaint they revealed for Freezer looks basic. Yeah, because there's not really anything too different. When you watch the movie, there's really no difference between Freezer and Novakane, so... Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with the actual images that we got that were, you know, high-res images, not just something to where you have to take a picture of, well, a picture or, you know, just the pictures at the booth. Let's get started at this stuff. So this is going to be an Amazon exclusive for the Studio Series line. This is a 4-pack featuring Barricade, Starscream, Megatron, and Decepticon Blackout, and they're all based on the first movie design, despite the fact that they still keep that second movie Megatron head for the artwork for some reason. But this is meant to celebrate the 15th anniversary of the Transformers live-action movies, and this is a continuation from the Autobot pack that we previously got. Now, there is one strange thing about this, and that is the fact that this doesn't come with Brawl and Bone Crusher, whether or not we're going to have a pack of those in the future. But I do find that kind of weird because we have the entire crew of the Autobots in a 5-pack. Now we have this. I don't know if it's because they want to line up with the Masterpiece figures, because if you notice, the Bumblebee, Ratchet, Ironhide, Optimus, and Jazz, obviously we got Masterpiece versions of those, but for the Bumblebee, they specifically chose the Layer Camaro version. And then for this, I guess Bone Crusher just didn't have enough time to go in, but we do have MPM versions of Megatron, Blackout, Starscream, and Barricade. They were the first 4, so... God, I'm thirsty today. There we go. Alright, so that's what's coming out. I heard that the quality is not that good with these packs. I heard a lot of issues with the Ratchet and the Jazz in particular. So I'm not sure if they'll be better. I will say that the Scorponok looks a lot more silver this time around, and Barricade looks a little bit darker. The lighter plastic that the original toy had is in the darker tint here, and the spike thing seems to match that plastic as well. It's in a dark gray instead of a black. I prefer the black, but the rest of the figure I actually prefer the dark gray because it blends a little better here. Fun fact, that Starscream was my first Studio Series figure, and I got it on a discount. Yeah, if you guys want to check out this pack, for my quick review and analysis on the molds in general, Barricade's not that good. I think he's a little too small for the engineering, and just certain steps in the transformation is not fun. Starscream is a really cool figure. Blackout is a hassle to transform, but I kind of have fun with it. It's definitely a puzzle. And there is one step in the arm transformation that I really don't like because I feel like it's going to break, but otherwise it's fine. And don't hesitate on that Megatron. That Megatron is actually really good. Yes, it's got the chest from the original Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, but don't let that bother you. It's actually really cool. The torso seems to blend in with the toy pretty well. So, yeah, I definitely recommend that Megatron. You got Blackout and no one else. Well, maybe here's your chance to get the rest of them. Alright, moving on, we've got Legacy. So this is Javelin and Kaskade. The names always escape me. I was meaning to go get the... what is it? They used it, the Chromia mold to compare it with the... I think it's... Is that Javelin? Is Javelin the one with the eye? I can't remember. I'm not as... I don't know these characters as much as some of the other ones. But I will say for the Moonracer... Sorry, the Chromia repaint, I think that looks fine. Apparently it's got a new weapon this time around, at least from what I saw. I could be wrong about that, but it does come with those little pipes that attach it to the gun, so you know, you could probably use those. But for the most part, it's using that same design, which kind of sucks because a lot of us thought, oh, we're done with it. We got rid of it, but no, here's another one. I think it's fine, considering the fact that most of these exclusives are going to be repainted anyways. First of all. Second of all, it's not a repaint of that Prime RC design, finally. Thank God, because I got really tired of it. And third, I like the colors of it, so I don't know. I'm fine with it. But the one that I was really curious on is Kaskade. I think Kaskade is the dark purple one, if I'm not mistaken. Javelin is the RC mold. Oh, okay. So, sorry, Javelin is the dark purple one. I did not think they would get any more use out of this RC unless they wanted to make a Moon Racer or an Elita 1 out of it, just for random sake. But no, apparently it's going to be this, and I'm fine with it. It's got a new torso, new backpack pieces, so, you know, I'm hoping that's a little better handled than the RC mold. Because the RC mold, it doesn't have any place to tab in, so they just kind of flop around. Hopefully this is better. And of course, it's got a new head, which I love the head sculpt. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but if anyone knows Galador with the ship, it reminds me of that. But yeah, the colors are nice. I like the pink. I like that cyan color that goes with it. I love the head sculpt for the light blue one. But yeah, let's take a look at the packaging. The packaging will clear it up. Okay, so no, Kaskade is the light blue one, and then Javelin is the purple one. Okay, so yeah, I really like the box art. It reminds me of a video game, which is something that they mentioned. So 70 viewers right now. Wow, that's pretty cool. Please like the video if you can. That felt really cheesy. That felt really lame to just suddenly ask people to like the video. Okay, now you don't have to, okay? Just because I felt really awkward asking. Anyways, yeah, the package looks nice. It doesn't seem to combine like the first two for these Walmart or Amazon exclusives. By the way, yes, this is going to be an Amazon exclusive. And yeah, I think it looks cool. Very obscure characters, but I'm totally fine with that. And then we got Nacelle. This is a character that we've wanted for such a long time. In fact, I've seen a lot of customs try to remake Nacelle. So it's really awesome to see that Nacelle is getting a proper figure with the blue, reds, and white. I have to get this because I have pretty much every version of the Siege Starscream mold. The only ones I don't have is the premium Takara one, which I felt like I did not need. I don't really care for it. It's just an expensive version of a Starscream that I already have, so I don't care. And the Shockwave. I really want to get the Shockwave, though. So I'm planning to get that. I think by the end of the month, I'm going to get that pack. But now I have to get Nacelle. I thought it was over. I thought it was done. I thought it was finally caught up. But nope. Apparently we got these. All right. Oh, it's 77 viewers. Thank God. I know nothing of these two, but I want them. I had nothing else to do. But yeah, I like the wacky colors. I'm kind of hoping that we get a Thundercracker in the future from Generation 2 with the green, gold, and blues and reds. Why not? Just do it, you know? I get that Hasbro's so scared that, it might not catch on. But you see the Walmart G2 exclusives? I feel like we could get that Thundercracker now. So, hell, I feel like that Thundercracker would actually perfectly fit in that line. So there's the packaging, and I gotta say it looks very nice. I'm into it. Yeah, I definitely want Nacelle. That's the one that has my attention the most out of anything of this. And yes, it's just a repaint, but I have to get it because it's the Siege Seeker. And then we also have Nova Prime. And this is not something that surprised anyone, because when we saw the packaging for... Do I still have... I wonder if it's on this or if it's in the other 2-pack. I think it's on the other 2-pack. I've got the Megatron and Ratbat 2-pack. I'm pretty sure it's not. There we go. It is, from what I can tell, not on this box. So it's on the Shockwave and Orion packs set. Nova Prime was already teased, and people speculated that the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime would be the perfect choice to remold, and that seems to be the case. That's what they're showing off. So yes, we are officially getting the Nova Prime. So to people that just relied on the Battlecore Optimus Prime, because it was very similar to this, you don't have to. You could just say that's a powered-up Optimus Prime, or you could leave it as such. But if you want a proper Nova Prime, here you go. And they actually based some of the design elements from the game model from Transformers Devastation. Now, he does have new wings. He also has new shoulders and a brand new head sculpt with the chest as well. So it's not just a straight up Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime. I do have that toy. I want to review this at some point, but I do have that. So you can see a little bit of the side by side, I guess. So yeah, the chest, shoulders, head, and of course the wings are going to be different. I remember seeing a lot of customs for this as well. People kept turning their Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime into Nova Prime, but I'm into this more so because I can actually get my hands on it. And also, I like the new elements. All right. 90 people have viewed this. Wow, that's actually kind of surprising. And then we also have the package art. And this is probably going to be the size of a leader class toy, or leader class box, but it's definitely more rectangular. You know, it doesn't have the edges like this, you know, where it's kind of on an angle. It just seems like a straight box, but I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, I want to get this because I like the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime, so I wouldn't mind. Hey V, I noticed you're in here. You can't avoid my vision. Just checking the chat to see if we got any donations. Not because I gotta be super focused on the donations, or donations are more important, blah blah blah. No, I just want to make sure that I'm not missing any of them because I want to appreciate that. Or I want to show that I appreciate that. I appreciate anyone who just showed up. You don't have to donate. I'm just making sure. Hopefully I'm not digging myself a deeper hole just by saying that. Hi TF, how are you? I'm alright. Those new boxes look like shoe boxes. Have you seen the Generation Selects line? Let's see, what's the next picture? Okay, the next picture was moving on to something else. So, let's see. Gotta change over to this. So I might not be able to read the chat, but I have to go and find... Oh, okay. We got new official pictures now. Wow. Just as I was doing this video to talk about the stuff and to say, yeah, we don't have any official pictures, they brought out official pictures now so I could talk about this straight up. Okay, cool. And I could go more in depth than some of the stuff. Okay, let's see. Where's the display capture button? There we go. Okay, all these images just came out. Okay, because what I was going to do was I was going to show images of the booth and what they showed on screen, but it was going to be pretty foggy. No, I could just do this. There is one thing, though, that I have to go back for. Oh, no, it's right there. Okay, so... let's just, kind of go back to what we were talking about. Let's see. There was something at the bottom. Okay, yeah. So the Megatron multi-pack. This is that. Again, Barricade looks cool. A lot of gray going on here, but that was kind of the thing with the first movie, Decepticons. Yeah, they look pretty good. Blackout looks small just because of how they cropped the image. I mean, imagine if Barricade was that big compared to Blackout. But, yeah, that looks fine. And then for the Kaskade 2-pack, they also showed images of this 2-pack, so I guess they're bringing it back. I'm hoping that they are, because I missed out. There's the package for Nacelle. There's the back of the box, so they're just using the same render that they usually use. I also like the multicolored guns. That's pretty cool. Let's see, scroll up. There is the jet mode. You can see white on top. And that's pretty cool. So, for this image... they show that the guns plug on the shoulders and you can just leave it like that. Because normally you plug it under the wings, but the shoulders are right there, so you can technically just leave it as such. I guess they decided to do so for this, or they just forgot. Let's take a look at this image. No, this image has it under the wings, so, you know, it's funny because in my reviews for the Siege Seeker mold, I do mention that you could plug it on the arm, or you could plug it on the shoulder, or you could plug it on the wing. So, kind of funny with that. But, yeah, not too bad. I like the design. You could also put these on the lower arms. You could also put it in the hands if you're dumb. But they go on the shoulders. I mean, of course they do. I also love the face. Let's see. What else do we have? So there's the back of the packaging for the 2-pack. Oh, and there's the Nova Prime with the Core Optimus. I actually like that color scheme. I think that works. Let's see. Okay, so there's the alt mode. As you can see, it's got a different main weapon. This seems to be the same, and I'm pretty sure it's got the same little... I mean, we saw the little canisters on the back, but the gun is different. I'm curious if that's going to pull apart in multiple pieces. Oh, wait, no. The back of the gun is the same. That's a different barrel piece. So it's got a new barrel attachment that you can add on top of it. And then there's the little canisters, and then the barrel is also its own gun, so you can leave it as such. Or make this ultimate sniper thing. So that's kind of a cool touch. There's the alt modes, and yeah, that looks fine. I definitely like the reuse of this. I have to look on the windscreen of the RC. Yeah, the windscreen of this has changed out. That's more of a boxy design. This is more rounded at the windscreen. Also, it's got a peg hole on the top of it, which is missing from this figure. So that's pretty cool. Alright, moving right along, let's see what else we got to talk about. Some of these images are kind of in a weird order, so let's talk about this. This is going to be the Whisper Rodimus Prime and the Sideswipe figure. So the Sideswipe has a Minicon. Wait, no, is the Minicon Whisper? Okay, I think they messed it up, because... Yeah, okay. When they showed the description, it said Whisper Rodimus Prime, which didn't make sense to me. I was like, is that a reference to something I don't know? No, the Sideswipe comes with Whisper, and I think that might be a nod to the original Wheeljack toy, because the original Sideswipe they had for the Shattered Glass line was a repaint of the Wheeljack from Transformers Armada, which was an Autobot that turned against them, so... I guess they want to keep that nod. I love how Rodimus looks with the black and red. We've seen that before. The box art looks fantastic. Yeah, I definitely like the Minicon edition. I like the marking right there. I'm so glad that they were able to add the marking. And then also the sides right here to kind of give it that bulk from the original car. They decided to add to here. And that's going to form little weapons that he could hold, so that's nice. Of course, he comes with the same, you know, rocket launcher thing at the top of the shoulder, but yeah, and Rodimus also comes with the new head sculpt with the facial hair, and you could flip out the sunglasses, which is pretty nice. I would definitely like to get that mold, so, you know, definitely something to consider. Very nice. Moving right along, we also have this. Now, this one I definitely want, but I'm also disappointed that it's a Pulse exclusive, because Pulse exclusives are really hard to get in Canada, so I guess I'm screwed there, but this is definitely something that I would love to get. It is the Powerlinx version of the Hotshot. So for those who don't know about the show, for some of the characters, they eventually got this Powerlinx version, which was basically just repainted toys so that they could re-release the same molds. Like, that's where we got the Galvatron, but that's also where we got... I think Demolisher got a recolor, Red Alert got a recolor, he got more orange, and then Hotshot turned into, from a yellow color scheme to a red color scheme that kind of evokes that, the Hot Rod design. And you can definitely see that with the flames or electric design on the top of the car. But the black looks really cool. And, you know, I do like this bolt. It's not perfect, but I like it, so... I was kind of hoping for this anyways, but again, I'm disappointed that it's going to be a Pulse exclusive. I don't want that. I want it to be readily available in Canada as well. So hopefully it's going to be a GameStop exclusive, but we haven't even had that much luck with that. The only shared glass figures we had that were in GameStop Canada was the Starscream and Megatron, and I think some places found the Jetfire. I never did, but apparently some places did. So I'm hoping for the best. I really want to get the Hotshot. But I do like the guns on the side. One of them is actually a reference to the Energon toy, and you will notice that it does come with Jolt. Now, I do believe that the Jolt is actually the same mold as the original toy, as the original Minicon that came with the original Hotshot. So it's not a new mold, but that's totally fine, and you do get that flip-down helicopter form. You could obviously plug it to this, and you're probably wondering why it's orange, because the original Powerlinx version of Hotshot actually came with a yellow version of Jolt. The reason why is because this is actually more based on the cartoon appearance, because in the cartoon, Jolt was actually this kind of peach color scheme. So what I think they did is, because Jolt never appeared in the show after the Powerlinx version, he never appeared in yellow as far as I could tell, as far as people told me, they just went with the cartoon appearance, and that's what they're going to give you, which I think was the best choice, because if you got the original Jolt, then you already have him in red. If you got the Powerlinx version of Jolt, then you already have him in yellow. So to change it up, let's just do it in orange. And I also think that was a smart move, because orange is the in-between of red and yellow. So you can add this to the original Powerlinx Hotshot, or the original version of Hotshot, the colors, or the Legacy toy, and he just fits in whatever you want. So that's cool. Also like the fact that it comes with blast effects. It's the Jetfire blast effect, so that returns again. It looks like the weapons are able to convert into something else. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, we got that. And another cool thing is that you could see Thrust is teased at the corner here. Now, it seems like Thrust is going to be a rework of the Earthrise Seeker, which some people are disappointed by. I'm not. I'm fine with it, because I just want the figure to exist. I want to be able to get an Armada version of Thrust. I want to get an Armada version of the main crew of Armada characters. I want to get Demolisher. I want to get Red Alert. I feel like Red Alert deserves a toy at this point. I'm not entirely sure why we haven't gotten that yet. We should by now. But, you know, Hotshot would be nice. Smokescreen would be cool. I heard that the original creator for the Smokescreen design had to apologize for making that design because he thought it sucked. I love that design for a Smokescreen. I thought it was cool. But yeah, and I keep thinking Blackout. It's not Blackout. Who's the helicopter one? Is it Blackout? No, Blackout's the one that comes with it. Demolisher, Starscream, Megatron. Cyclonus! Haha! I knew it would get to me. Cyclonus would be cool to get as well. But there's the back of the packaging. So it's also got the Powerlinx, so you can just hold them. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, 8 steps, and then blast effects, and then the guns, and all this and that. Yeah, pretty cool set. Hoping to get it. And I would love to get that Sideswipe. I imagine that this might be reused to create the Wheeljack from Transformers Armada. I'm sorry if I said Sideswipe, I meant to say Wheeljack. If I said that a few times. Okay, so Menasor, let's talk about this rather quickly. So Menasor is going to get a toy color variant, and I'm totally fine with that, because you can get the complete crew. But my problem is that I just wanted to get Breakdown. Breakdown is the only one I don't have, and when we first saw this, we only saw Breakdown, so I thought, oh, maybe it's going to be a buzzworthy exclusive toy color version of Breakdown. Nope, it's going to be a whole box set, so that kind of sucks. I think it's going to be a Pulse exclusive. It might also be on Amazon, I'm not sure. But if anyone just wants to grab all 5 of them, there you go. But I do like the prints with the extra paint on the crotch, with the red, and on the thighs there. You can also see Dragstrip gets a bit more red. Breakdown we've already seen, so there's not much to talk about there. There's the Wild Rider, which I think the silver looks a little better here. There's the robot mode. Actually, I really like the printing here. That looks pretty good. Dead end. Looks like a deeper red. I might be wrong about that. I like the blue on the abdomen. I think the head looks pretty cool. Is that a new head sculpt? I believe that's a new head sculpt. Does Wild Rider have a new head sculpt? No, it doesn't look like it. Let's see. Motormaster, he looks mostly the same, just with a lot more gray, and he's got the gray arms instead of the white. The trailer doesn't look too bad. I like the Decepticon logos on the side. That looks pretty good. Let's see. There he is. I like the silver sword. Yeah, it looks fine. And then, where's Dragstrip? I wanted to see Dragstrip. Oh, and there's the breakdown again. Again, we've seen it before. New head sculpt, we know that. There's the Dragstrip, so, you know, not too bad. A lot more silver going on. I like the sides of it. There's the guns. They're purple this time around, or a purplish red. Yeah, that's not too bad. So, yeah, anyone missing out? Again, they shrink down the image for the biggest guy, so Motormaster looks like... He almost looks like he's a Legends class toy with a big trailer adapter. But one thing I love is the box art. I think that looks really good. Very retro. I like the artwork of all the characters. And there is the back of the packaging, which you get the full Legacy artwork. You also get this little readout for the characters, and then you could also see all their designs. Not sure what they're really pointing out here, but you get all the robots, you get the full combiner. So that's pretty cool. Is that everything for Legacy? Other than the War Dawn pack? Yeah, I think so. So, we're not going to skip Ultra Magnus. We're just going to go straight into that. I was going to go from core class to deluxe, voyagers, and leaders, and commanders, or whatever. But let's just go straight into the commander class. Here is Ultra Magnus. Now, I have a couple of concerns, but let's go ahead and just dive right into it. Starting with the toy, and then I'll talk about my big rant about it. So, how do I feel? I love this truck mode. The truck mode looks gorgeous. I kind of prefer when the front bumper is in silver rather than red. I just feel like the red is a little too bright with the white cab. But, it's fine. I understand the point. I do like the shape of the cab itself. I like the small windows. And the trailer itself looks fantastic. It's very clean. Look at the sides of the back. It's just in the perfect shape. And it looks super long. And one thing that I really love about this toy is the fact that you can store 3 cars in it. My problem with the Kingdom and Siege toy is that you couldn't really store anything unless you put something on the top. So that kind of sucked. Apparently you can store 3 deluxe cars and a core class figure, so you can store additional figures. But what I thought was cool is that when you went to SDCC and you saw this at the booth, they put Tracks, Red Alert, and I think it was Sideswipe, which is what was shown in the deleted scene. They originally wanted to have Ultra Magnus bring out those characters. So I thought that was pretty cool that they wanted to reference that, but not only that, showed that play pattern. You also get the Omega Supreme Blast effects. So you get the Mega Blast effect, which separates into different pieces, but then it also seems like you get that 2 front piece in addition to that, because you've got that placed on the gun itself, which the gun just plugs on the side. Not really a big deal, but I guess they wanted it to go somewhere. You also have the rockets at the front. So pretty cool. This is also going to be the first Commander class figure in Studio Series. So that not only tells me that they're going bigger with their figures, but they're also going to create more Commander class figures. I'm going to guess and say the next one is going to be Rise of the Beast Stratosphere, because we heard about that for a while. Taking a look at the robot mode, someone said that the chest looked a little too wide, and I kind of get that, but there's a lot of panels that are folding back there. Also, when you looked at the image of him holding the Matrix, which he includes a Matrix of leadership, they expanded the shoulders, they moved the hinges. So that's one of the reasons why he looked wide there. But the shape, again, is very clean. He looks so much like the original cartoon design. I love the deco with the red in the windows, the blue tracing around that. And he does not have his own robot form. He does not have the Optimus cab. But since they're just basing this off the studio series, so they're basing it off on what appeared in the movie, I understand why they didn't do that. The gun looks small, but that is meant to be based on the pistol that he originally had in the movie. The colors seem very simple in the legs, but that's totally fine. It feels more like a Masterpiece figure this time around. The head sculpt looks pretty cool, and he's got articulated fingers. And I'm not... Sorry, my cord keeps bumping me off. Come on. There we go. Okay. Don't know what's going on with that. Another cool thing about this is that the fingers articulate, but they're separate fingers. So it's not like the Siege Jetfire where you open that up, but the fingers are combined. They're all separate, so that's good. Or at least that's how they described it. Whether or not they just mean that these are separate to this, I don't know. Yeah, the shape is nice. I know I keep saying that. It looks like a gorgeous figure. Let's take a look at the box. There's a lot of empty space on that box, but that's totally fine. And there is the back of the packaging. You can see the matrix of leadership. You can see that he holds a bunch of Transformers. It almost looks like they're showing it with tracks. Again, I don't know what's with this cord. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, and you also get that big backdrop to put them on. Now, my only complaint about the Ultra Magnus... oh, and one more thing I wanted to say is that a good thing about the cab being part of the Ultra Magnus rather than, separating it from the figure is that this was a clunky mess in certain areas, like the butt and the legs. So this will clean it up. That's good. But my problem with this Ultra Magnus is not with the toy itself. It's how soon they released it. We already have the Kingdom Ultra Magnus. We got that 2 years ago. And then we had two versions of the Siege Ultra Magnus. We had the regular Siege, and then we had the Netflix Siege toy. And then we also had the Combiner Wars one before it. Not counting the Ultra Magnuses that were repaints of Optimus Prime, that's a lot of Ultra Magnuses to make. And I get it. He's a big popular character, especially for the Transformers the movie, so I get why they did it. But it almost feels like it's too soon. Like, I'm not ready to just... I'm not in love with this Ultra Magnus, but I'm not ready to go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to throw that off to the side, and I'm going to pay $120, $140. I can't remember how much Commander classes go in Canada, but I'm going to move that over and pay that much for another Ultra Magnus. I don't know. When I put the other figures next to this, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, he doesn't hold the other characters like how this would, but am I ready for that? Am I ready to move on from this? I don't know. I just feel like it's way too soon to decide on that. It's a cool looking figure, but I don't know. Okay. Oop, that was wrong. Next up, we also have Frenzy. So, unfortunately, I was never able to find Rumble, but apparently we're getting Frenzy, and I'm hoping that he's a lot easier to get. I don't know why the humanoid versions of the cassettes are just so tricky. But yes, we're getting this, and I can't wait, because apparently we're getting a new Soundwave as well. So I'm curious if these guys will be able to work with that. And I'm hoping to get it, because my Netflix version of Soundwave is yellowed like crazy. So, and I like the Siege mold, but I want him to transform into the original cassette player. So I'm hoping this one's true. And if it's a leader class, I'm hoping that it comes with a new version of Ravage and Laserbeak and maybe some other cassettes. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, this is fine. I like the blue paint, and he does come with the pile drivers. He also comes with the blasters that you can plug on the back. I just really want Rumble, the blue one. And by the way, before anyone argues, there's the name on the box. So, I mean, you can debate however you want. I personally prefer calling this guy Frenzy and then the blue one Rumble, but that's just me. But apparently this one's going to be Frenzy. Anyways, we also have this guy, which looks like Freezer, but actually it's Novakane. So if I were to guess, what they're going to do is they're going to take this, and they're just going to brighten some of the colors. Because it looks way too similar compared to this, because it still has that copper tint to the paint. So I'm not entirely certain what they are doing to change that up, but if it's just a brighter deco, I'm fine with that, because Scourge had 2 of them, you know, so even if I were to just get another freezer, that's totally fine. Some people are going to say, well, Hasbro's just scamming you because they're selling the same figure again. If you watch the movie, you see the context. Hell, you could get 5 of these, considering the context of the movie. But there's the blaster mode. Now, I did hear that he had a different head, but it just looks like maybe some paint down here. Maybe it's different. Maybe, you know, they scratched out some of the details here, but it just looks like there's some paint going through the head. I'm not sure. Is there a better look at the robot? No, I'm not seeing anything. But, yeah, apparently you can get that. For some reason, there's some writing across this, but, huh. Anyways, this is going to be Noah. Now, originally, we had codes for a couple of figures with the Studio Series Core Class line. I think one of them was Striker 2, and then one of them was another code name. And I were to guess that the one that said 2 was going to be Novakane, because the first one was Freezer, so that would make a lot of sense. But the other code name, I was thinking, okay, what related to Rise of the Beast? Because they would only give the code names to Rise of the Beast characters. Would they give that to? And I thought, okay, well, we already have RC, so obviously it wouldn't be that. It's gotta be Noah, because he does have the suit. It's Noah. So I called it. That was awesome. But the transformation kind of reminds me of Bomb Burst, in the fact that the jet's on top and the robot just kind of crumples down at the bottom. You've got the gun that places on the front there. But can anyone tell me why he transforms into a jet? I don't get it. It's just a thing. I don't understand it. I really don't. Maybe there's some context, or maybe there was a concept for the film, but I don't get why. And then we take a look at the robot form. I don't like this. I really don't. I think it might be a fine figure. I do like the blade on the side. The gun looks fine, but it doesn't look like how he had it. Oh, sorry. I'm very gassy today. I do apologize for that. But the colors look a little weird. Like the chest should have a little bit more blue. The lines in the chest should be red. And also, he doesn't really have the character in the face. Instead, he's got this blue battle mask thing, which I don't really understand, but I guess they wanted to do that and hide the face entirely. The feet look too chunky, but I think that was kind of the case for the original design. But then he just has an entire jet on the back. It looks like he's wearing a wingsuit more than anything. And I don't know, I'm not into it. I'm hoping that you can just completely remove the jet bits, because the robot, or the suit itself, looks fine. But, I mean, I get it. You know, it obviously doesn't transform into anything in the film, unlike the Spike Witwicky suit, where he does have that lay down form. But I would have been fine if they just, you know, BS'd a mode just like his. But instead, they just slapped a jet on the back. I'm sorry, I don't understand it. It looks weird to me. I'm kind of hoping that this also combines with Optimus Prime in some way. Anyways, we do have proper pics of the Porsche version of Mirage, and he looks pretty cool. I'm curious to see if they're going to do any other version of Mirage, if he's going to be a garbage truck, or if he's going to be something else. That'd be kind of cool if the Junkion that we got that transforms into the garbage truck will eventually turn into this. I will be right back. I have to get another drink, and also I'm sweating. I do have a fan going. I'm going to put it on a smaller setting. Hopefully it's not super loud in the or in the mic. But I have to turn on something because I am sweating. It is warm. Anyways, funny enough, just before I came in here to do the stream, I noticed with the Noah ship thing, I recently got this. It's one of the snap ships, and you can rebuild it however you want. They do have instructions, but you can do whatever. And it's got this little ship thing, this futuristic jet, and that looks exactly like what Noah has. So maybe it's a reference to snap ships. But there's the Porsche mode version of Mirage. We've seen it before, but they do give us more images of the box, and then he's also at the booth. So we got some physical images. We might as well get into Nightbird. I wasn't intending to do that, but here we go. So Nightbird is coming out, and this is apparently going to be a new mold compared to the original one that we saw for the mainline. So, you know, you don't have to worry about that. I know the legs are very similar. It's probably taking inspiration from that toy, but it is going to be a new mold, and I'm actually pretty excited for this. Now, it does look a little kibbly on the back. Actually, a lot kibbly on the back. But some of it does make sense, like she's got the wings that tuck in, which apparently they do shrink, I believe. So, to anyone thinking, oh, those are just too tiny, it's not the full-on wing form that she usually has, so. But, I like the colors better here. I love the head sculpt. I think is that transparent purple? Because it looks like it clips into place. I'm kind of hoping that it is, because that looks very nice. The head sculpt looks good. She does come with the sword. She's just very clunky in areas. Hoping that's better on the eyes when we get the physical toy or better images. But the alt mode is what I'm liking. Now, I would have preferred something a little more lighter, a lighter tone of gray. But I do like this dark tone to go with that copper. It does look like you got some variations in the plastic, because you can look at the sides and then you can see the front of the car. It looks like you've got a browner tint on the sides and then just a straight up dark tint on the front. But it doesn't look as bad as the mainline Nightbird, where it just had the chunks of brown everywhere. God, I didn't like that. I'm sorry to anyone who really likes that Nightbird mold. I'm sure it's fine, but the colors just really throw me off. I like the spoiler. I like the fact that it's a Nissan, so that's cool. But yeah, she looks nice, and there's her in the packaging. See, that artwork looks fine. But yeah, officially Nissan. That looks better. Definitely a chunkier chest, but like I'm gonna complain. Anyways, but yeah, she looks fine. Yeah, I'm into it. There's Primal. I'm gonna skip Primal. And this seems to be the last one now. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm mistaken it. But there is Ratchet. And this is going to be a rework of the Studio Series 86 Ironhide. Obviously, to no surprise. But this one's going to come with a different HUD piece because it's got the sirens on top. I wish it had the red lines on the side. I get it because Ironhide didn't have the gold stripe. But for Ratchet, I just feel like there's too much white going on. I want to see that red come into play, not just on the siren, but on the chest as well. But it looks fine. It just looks like a plain van without the sirens. The blue transparency looks pretty good because it's very consistent. I know that was a big problem with the Ironhide. My Ironhide hasn't had any problems with the side panels, at least so far. But at least I could say these windows are very consistent. But the silver looks good. The black and silver, wheels, that actually ties in pretty well with the toy. And then we take a look at, we take a look at the robot mode, and then that's where the red comes into play. And it's a bold red. You can see that on the waist. You can see that on the hands. Obviously has a different head with the crown section. I like that a lot. And this, to me, is the definitive Ratchet and Ironhide Earth mode. I like the Siege one. The Earthrise version isn't too bad, but not exactly what I was hoping for. That's pretty much everything that I want out of an Ironhide and a Ratchet. So It does come with the same pistols, and then for the Autobot symbols, they wanted to swap out for the medical symbols. So that's what we're getting with this figure. But, you know, I don't mind. I just think it looks nice. So I'm excited for that. We knew that we were going to get Ratchet. Everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people complained about the original Studio Series 86 having a core class Ratchet and then the Voyager Ironhide. And they were thinking, oh, shouldn't we have Ratchet and Ironhide in the same height? And it's like, okay, if they're repaints of each other, they don't usually release them at the same time. Ever so rarely will they do that in a full wave, where we're not counting the exclusives. We're just talking about the main line itself. The only time I can remember is when Combiner Wars started, we had the G1 Megatron, and then we had the Armada Megatron beside it. So they rarely ever release the same mold at the same time, at least for the main line in the waves. But not only that, do you really think it, like, if they released a core Ironhide and then the Voyager Ironhide, people would say that they want the Ratchets next. So I feel like it's fun because you have at least an Ironhide and a Ratchet at that point, and then they're gonna swap in size in the upcoming waves, which we got that. So you still have those two characters, but then in the follow-up waves, you're gonna get the right size. So basically, I don't think it was worth complaining about because we're gonna get these guys anyways. It's not like they were gonna stop and just be like, oh, Ironhide's here, we don't need to make a Ratchet. Also, these are not exclusives. Thank God. Did I just get a donation? I'm sorry, I think I just got a donation. Let me switch over, because I think people have been... Oh, people have been donating. Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry, I couldn't see the chat. I'm going to read those. Curtis, hey, you donated $2. Thank you so much for that. M3 Reviews, $4.99. Thank you. Mark Cosplay 117, $2. Thank you. Bull 80, what's up, T fan? Hey, hey, hey. Thank you so much for $5. Wow. Oh, you guys are watching the stream, aren't you? But no, thanks for that. You know, I shouldn't say I needed that, but I'm glad that you guys decided to do that because 204 viewers, wow, that's a lot. But my views have been kind of dwindling right now. I get why. I haven't been doing a lot of like funny skits, or just a lot of my videos just kind of seem tedious or kind of slow going right now, if that made any sense. So I do understand why not too many people have been coming in and watching the content, but because of that, the views and the revenue has kind of gone down a little bit. I'm not asking for a lot, obviously. I'm not asking for anything, really. But I do appreciate you guys doing that, because that kind of that brought a little smile to my face, you know. But also 205 people watching. Like I couldn't believe that. You know, that's awesome too. I'm glad that people decide to check into the video. Even though I'm very gassy today. That's kind of weird. Lone Dragon, $1. Thank you so much for $1. I really do appreciate that. 42 concurrent viewers. Oh, and 205 views. So 205 views is what I've got, but concurrent viewers is 40. But that's still fine. Wouldn't let me send 69 cents. Oh. It's okay. Let's pretend for a sec. Oh, 69 cents. Oh, I get it. Oh, you got me. Hi, you have a Titan class figure? Yeah, I got a few. I've got, Titan class Omega Supreme, Trypticon, Fortress Maximus, Black Zarek, and the Ark. I don't have a lot of the Titans, but I have a few. I want to get the Legacy Metroplex. I do kind of want to get the Nemesis to go with the Ark, because I feel like, okay, you got one, you want to get the other, but, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just need a moment. I need a moment. Thank you, M3. Oh my god, you did not have to do that, but wow. Wow. I have no words. Now can we join? I don't have this hooked up to Streamlabs. I have this on OBS, so I couldn't hook people up to this, but oh my god. Thank you everyone. Thank you to the people who just like showed up. But I want to say is I really do appreciate everyone who watches the content or just at least subscribes. Oh yeah, I get that you were joking. I was just clarifying that. I just want to say I appreciate everyone who decide to follow my content, or even just like subscribe. You don't have to watch the videos. You know, you don't have to donate. You don't have to buy merch, or you know, you don't have to be a member or whatever. Just at least to know that people want to support me in some way feels like a big deal, because I'm one person, you know, talking about a hobby that I love. You know, I love Transformers, and I wanted to talk about that, and I'm glad to have a platform and an opportunity where I could do that. But not only that, hopefully entertain people, hopefully you know, just talk to people about Transformers and enjoy stuff with them. You know, because I'm so glad that I found people that have, you know, we have common ground. You know, we like Transformers as well. We might not always agree and stuff, but you know, people, you know, at least we understand that we like Transformers, and we want. I think a big deal for Transformers fans is we want to see that continue. You know, not just with us, but with other people. We want that engagement, because we want this community to stay alive. We want people to, you know, still feel like they have a place to come in, and we get to talk about Transformers, and they get to enjoy Transformers, and they don't have to just stay in the corner and think that nobody understands me. No, there are other people who are very much like that. You know, very much, you know, like you and me, and into Transformers. So, you know, just, you know, to see any support go on, you know, and I want to be more supportive of other people as well. I just get so busy and caught up with other things, you know. But that's actually one of the main reasons why I wanted to incorporate, when I was doing those Transformers Legacy Wave videos, where I was kind of ranking some of the Transformers figures. I had people do kind of a clip at the end of the video to talk about, you know, how they feel on certain things. And yeah, I only gave them 15 seconds, but I always felt like there's going to be quite a few people. It's just going to be easier to do that. But the main reason why is because engagement, and I want people to continue and talk about Transformers and just, you know, feel like, you know, they're part of that community. So, I'm glad to feel like I'm part of that. I'm glad to feel like there's people out there that are still willing to, if you don't watch all my videos, that's perfectly fine, but you still want to support me in some way. And I'm not just talking about revenue, obviously. I'm talking about subscriptions, or even if you're not subscribed, you just checked out a video, or you liked a video or something. That's something. That's you doing something. And I know it all kind of blurs with the numbers sometimes, but everyone is part of everyone. I know that sounded corny, but that is true. Everyone is a part of everyone. If you don't have everyone, you can't have everyone. If that made any sense. But yeah, huge thank you. Huge thank you. Corny? Us? Never. So, you know what? I'm going to say it. Everyone subscribe to M3 Reviews, Ashtray Blue, Lone Dragon, Bull 80. Did I say Mark? No, I didn't say. Mark Cosplay 117. Curtis Schultz, Star Wars. It didn't give me the rest of the name, unfortunately. But, yeah, subscribe to all those people. I like my corny chili cheese flavored. You know what? We had chili the other day. Delicious. But, man, I'm... You guys have made my day. Especially today, of all days, It was my sister's birthday, which was good. But then everything else that was going on today was just... I was frustrated. There were people who were just being assholes to me today. I was having kind of a crummy day, so you guys have made my night, and I appreciate everyone who decided to check out the video. And you know what? If you guys are watching this now and it's not during when the stream is live, but it's later on, like you're watching the live stream at a later date, it's totally fine. You don't have to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm late." No, that's fine. If you want to watch later, that's totally fine. And you don't even have to watch it. You just do whatever. I'm not gonna force you guys on anything. But yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Hope we all made you feel better. You guys definitely did. Hey, DFS. God, everyone. Is M3 live right now? Is that the whole thing going on? I'm sure he is. I'm checking my notifications because I believe he's in there. Sorry, I'm just looking. Again? Oh my god. Oh, you guys aren't live. You guys aren't on casual either? No? Kaz had another kid. I was surprised. But going back to this, wow. Wow. I gotta screenshot that. I can't believe you did that. That has made my day. You know what? I said I was gonna get Triptychon next month. I think I'm gonna get him this month now. I think or Triptychon, Metroplex. I think I can afford Metroplex now. Oh no, wait! It would have to be next month because I'm getting that revenue next month. But yeah, I gotta get Metroplex next month. I think now. I think I can afford it now, and that's totally thanks to you guys. Wow. We are on backstage on my StreamYard, not live on YouTube. Oh, okay. But huge thanks. Wow. I think I'm gonna call it a night, but God, M3 reviews. You what am I doing? I have your stickers here. I could have been showing those off. I have them somewhere up here. I never moved them. There you go. There's M3 with the eggplant. But he did send another one, I believe. Like, I thought I had 2. Is that it? Yep, that's it. That's Moore's logo. There we go. Alright. Oh my god. Thank you so much. I know I should stick that on something, but if I'm moving to a new house, but then also at the same time, I could just, whoa, there's M3, you know? So. Wow. I think I'm going to call it a night because that's already too many donations. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, checking the stuff out. I'm sorry that the end kind of trailed off, and I don't know what to say. Buy deadlift stickers. Those are cool. So glad I got a brunt for that. But yeah. I really appreciate you guys. I really do. So, happy birthday to my sister as well. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you M3 and Mark Cosplay and everyone else. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna be gushing over this for a while.